on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Prescott.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Throwing. Prescott. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a give, left side, Blue with it. Now the ball comes loose. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Javonte Williams
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Ravens, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Third and 5. Now Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going to try and throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Looking to throw. Prescott gets it underneath to Blue. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They go with Blue between the tackles. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
Prescott from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
On the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
They run for it. Here's Blue. And he's going to hang the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Gain of 8. That's good for a Cowboys.
Prescott to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right.
And out of bounds right around the 20. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Prescott now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Prescott. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Oh, nice move.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end.
Derrick Henry all alone.
Inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Derrick Henry, 75 yards.
And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
The extra point up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Ravens 7.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big time.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Prescott yet again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Kevontae Turpin, 45 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Aubrey now for the point after.
It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Cowboys 17. Ravens 7. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 6.
They'll run it again with Henry. Power fights through, and now a crease.
Still going. He may go.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Ravens 14. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Handoff, Blue running right. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Flushed out right.
Throwing sidelines here, Ferguson bringing it in. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
26-yard line.
back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Back to throw.
Open man lamb, it's complete.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Williams going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
Williams will try again. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Third and goal.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Prescott to throw. And he's got it. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
They're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here comes 2nd down. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. But that's not going to help the cause as he stops short of the 10.
I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big gain.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Jackson to throw.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Throwing. Jackson.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Here we go. This is fourth down.
A loss of 9 yards.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And whistles, and they take